Good morning, everybody. I'm a little late this morning, was having some technical difficulties, but we're on the air now. I think the difficulties were associated with the power outage that I had those little flickering ones and a little bit of wind today. But I was able to get it to come back online and get going. If you can hear me, let me know. It'd be good if at least somebody said they heard me this morning. Just want to see if everything is working. So it's good to be here and to celebrate with you on this Monday after Easter. I'm Reverend John Prayne from the Avon Federated Church, 206 South Main Street in beautiful Avon, Illinois. And we're going to give you some of the news, announcements, and other things for the Avon community. And it's sometimes applicable to folks in other places too, but we're just glad you can be here. Got to see what I got here for some announcements. It looks like some folks are admitting that they know me. Maureen Kress is saying, morning, John. John Taylor says, good morning. Good to see you, John Taylor. As if you have nothing else to do. You're one of the busiest guys I know. Thanks for listening and tuning in. Let me set this over here. Thank you for popping in, and good to see everybody else who's saying howdy this morning already, too. Thought I would start out this morning with the weather report. Today, partly cloudy and windy, high of 43, winds west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour, winds occasionally gusting over 40 miles per hour, no precipitation for today. Then for tonight, some clouds, low of 27 degrees, winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour, no precip tonight, and then tomorrow, partly cloudy, high around 45, winds west at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and no precipitation predicted for tomorrow. So that is some of the weather to do this. Marlene says, good morning, John. Taylor says, I hope you continue these videos. Well, why not, John? I might do it. I don't know how long I'll do them, but they're every day during this not during the pandemic, but at least during the shelter in place. So we'll see what happens. But it's good. I am exhausted, or as somebody once said, exhaustionized. Things are dinging left and right here. All my little toys and machines are making noise today. I am exhaustionized. That's a word that somebody used once. Pastors, the day or two after Holy Week is just exhausting. As I noted on Facebook last night, I saw a friend who had posted, it looked like a regular liturgy from like a worship book. And it said the liturgy for the Sunday evening following Easter. And it says the pastor goes home, and then it's a responsive reading where you have like the leader of the people, the leader and the people. And it says, the people, can we get together to talk with you tomorrow? And it says the pastor or leader, no, you may not. You know, the Sunday after Easter and then the day after, you're just exhausted. I don't know how to explain it, but Holy Week is a special kind of exhaustion, not complaining, not whining. I have worked hard jobs in factories. I've worked out in the woods. I've worked at farms. I've worked in, like counseling centers. I've had weeks where I did 80-hour weeks, but somehow Holy Week is just a special and different kind of exhausting. So today I feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. It was hard enough back when I was 21 and doing this as a young intern pastor, and now as I'm about 18 months short of age 60, it really takes the toll on me. And this year it required a lot of creativity and just time-consuming stuff. It was not grab the book and do the liturgy. It was, you had to be really creative this year. Again, not complaining, just acknowledging I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck today. But I'm John Prayne, pastor of the Avon Federated Church. If you want to get a hold of me, here's the contact information. If you need somebody to talk to, if you need to have a prayer from somebody, if you're kind of worried about what's going on in your world, if you're running low on funds and food, again, I don't have the financial funds, nor does the church to provide you that stuff, but we generally have some idea of organizations and resources that we can connect you with. If you're kind of wondering ever if there's anything we can do for you, just give a call, because we do want to help out. We definitely are trying to help people, and we have been helping folks with things like picking up prescriptions and groceries and all of that. So don't be afraid to contact me, 309-255-6702 for me via cell phone. That's cell phone and text. And then my email address is john.prayne@gmail.com. Each week we're sending out I'm going to put this back up for a second. Each week we send out a weekly newsletter during this pandemic crisis. We send it out via email, electronic that, and we also post it on Facebook as well. But if you want to get a copy of that, send me your email address and we'll get it to you, john.prain@gmail.com. So that's some of that's going on there. Some other things today that I would report. They had, now over the weekend, they had their second case of COVID-19 at the Henry Hill Correctional Center, the prison in Galesburg. So makes us a little nervous, particularly those of us who know folks who live and work at the prison. Sometimes when you work there, it feels like you live there as well. So I'm concerned about that it could spread like wildfire in that place, and then you have those workers and that going out in the community and other things. So it makes me a little nervous. I'm not working for the CDC. I'm not a doctor. It just makes me concerned having COVID-19 in those close quarters of the prison and folks from the prison coming in and out who are workers there. Some other things. This morning, we just had a flicker of light, so if I lose you or if you lose me, we'll just have to deal with it. Always do my shameless plug, and this seems like as good as time as any to get my shameless plug out there. Avon Federated Church, P.O. Box 432, Avon, Illinois 61415. I do two things with this slide. If you see it there, Avon Federated Church, that's our YouTube channel as well, is under that name. So you go to YouTube, type that into the search engine, and that'll take you to our search engine where we have like our Easter service, our Sunday worship. These daily updates get posted there as well, but we have a YouTube channel where everything's appearing. And then the post office box. If you normally put an offering in the collection plate on Sunday morning, this is where we're inviting you to send your offerings. This is we used to call it a treasurer, but now it's a bookkeeper. We changed the title. Our bookkeeper, that is the post office box for the church bookkeeper, where you address things to that and send it there. The bookkeeper's the only one who sees that unless you write a special note to me or something, and she'll forward that. But that's where you send your offerings and donations. Bottom line, friends, we've gone now 4 weeks. We're about to start 5, 6, 7 or more weeks of no Sunday morning offerings at the church. I make the shameless plug because, hey, that's how churches get their money, is through those Sunday offerings. And when you're not getting together on Sunday, there is no offering. So, and our normal bills do continue. So I share that more for information, not for guilt trip or anything like that, but as long as you're aware of it. And then do what you feel is right, because we know a lot of folks, their finances are changing during this time. So we understand. Do what you feel you can or need to do. So enough about that. But again, Avon Federated Church, if you want to find our stuff on YouTube. Monday is an interesting time for restaurants in Avon area. First, the Storm Shelter, not the Storm Shelter, Twisted Sisters. They weren't open at first, but they've been now being open the last 2 weekends, Friday and Saturday. Well, today's not a Saturday. Main Street Cafe, they are closed on Mondays to do cleaning and shopping and all that. So today's Monday, they're closed. During the daytime in that, Milano's isn't open until after, until late in the morning or a little later. Not Just Another Dip opens at 11 till 8. And so a lot of our restaurants are closed definitely early in the day on Monday if they even open at all. Talk to the folks at Storm Shelter. They are going to be open again today. And I do have a message from them. I did write it down, so give me a second to grab the right piece of paper. I communicated with the Storm Shelter folks this morning, sent some text. They are going to be open today at the Storm Shelter from 5 to 8, just like they did last week, 5 to 8. They're going to have their regular menu, and it's also their Mexican Monday. They're going to have tacos, taco salad, and nachos. They'll possibly deliver it if Glenn doesn't get called out to work at his full-time gig. So if Glenn's able to help out, we'll have delivery as well, but otherwise it's curbside pickup. Give a call to the fine folks at the Storm Shelter, 309-975-1013. Storm Shelter Pub in beautiful downtown Avon, Illinois. So they're open. Main Street Cafe is closed today. Trying to put all my toys in one spot or where I need them. But the rest of the week, this is the schedule for Main Street. Tuesday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Sundays they do open. That should be a.m., not s.m. 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Sundays. Closed Mondays, but you see their number there for when they're open tomorrow. So come and patronize them as all the other restaurants in town. Casey's. You see the phone number if you want to order pizzas and other things from Casey's. 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Their kitchen closes at 7:30 again. If you don't come and get your gasoline by 8, there's no gasoline for a good 12 miles either direction in Avon. So make sure you get to Casey's before 8. Not just another dip, the ice cream place, but hey, they serve sandwiches, potatoes, and other nice, wonderful, delicious things, nachos and that. Not just another dip. Open 11 to 8. They have their walk-up window. There's no dining inside. Never has been. Never will be, probably, unless they expand. If you got a big order, phone ahead. 309-371-5288. Again, that's if you have a big order. Otherwise, just show up. The regular menu's there. Walk up to the window, order your ice cream or food, and they'll get it for you right away. Milano's Pizzeria, they don't seem to have a presence of much sort on Facebook, but based on what I see in their window, they have carry out and delivery. So Milano's Pizzeria, 309-465-3050. Give them a call. Good pizzas. They bring them. A lot of times we have folks bring Milano's pizza to things that we're having at the church. So you give them a whirl, give them a call, get some of their pizza and other things that they have at Milano's. Last one of my shameless announcements for today, but again, trying to support the community. The last printed one, I'll give a couple others, but Club 41, I'll try to hold that a little closer so you can see it. Club 41, you see their hours for the week. They were not open on Easter, and you see that what their hours are going to be, 3 to 8, 3 to 8, Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, they're going to be open 11 to 10 in the morning, then again 3 to 8 in the evening. Saturday, 3 to 8, and then Sunday, 4 to 7. What happens, you give them a call, place your order, and then when you get there, give them another call, and they'll bring the food out to you. That's at the Club 41 restaurant in St. Augustine, Illinois. Brett Poston is up repairing things at his garage. Steve Franklin is still delivering appliances and working on appliances and repairs, those sorts of things. But again, they're not able to come to the store. Post office needs to be open the regular hours. Those are the things that are happening in the greater Avon area. I hate to do this again. Another quick shameless thing. Can anybody hear me right now? I keep having some flickering lights, so I need to make sure that folks are able to hear me. Otherwise, it doesn't matter to talk at this moment. But I've lost power a little bit twice now this morning in the last 5 minutes. So if somebody can just say, yeah, we hear you or something, yoo-hoo or something, that'll help me know that I'm just not talking to the cloud at this moment. So we had a good Easter overall. Marlene said she can hear me, and there the lights are flickering yet again. We had a good crowd for Easter at the Federated Church, but it was online. Right now we're at 89 or 90 folks, which for a small town is pretty good. Marlene can hear me. Maureen and Marlene, they can both hear me. We had an okay crowd. These seem to gather as the week goes on, but here we are, 89 or 90 this morning, and then it'll be up. I went out, that gets to be 95, 100 or more by the end of the week. Our worship services are there. You can go back and look at all of them, all the way back to when we started this 4 weeks ago. Our daily broadcasts, most of them are there. So go check it out. And if you want to look at the worship services that we've had, give them a whirl. And there's something there. But the Easter service is online. If you failed to catch Easter yesterday, you can go check it out there. As I said, I'm exhausted after Holy Week, but it's a good kind of exhausted. This week just kicking back a little bit, but you know what that means. There'll be something going on. There'll be some sickness, or I got to go visit somebody at the hospital. It's going to, anytime you plan it, you're going to have an easy week. You know what happens, Murphy's Law. And then O'Toole's corollary to Murphy's Law was Murphy was a blankety blank.